Hello everybody, welcome back to another devlog, where today I'm going to be going over a few additions that have been made to the boss fight. Now, you can see there's been a few changes here. So there was an issue that came up with the previous map. So one thing that I didn't realize is that Mixamo models didn't come with a root bone. So I was constantly wondering why all of my animations looked a little bit weird. I found out. I definitely found out. I wanted to try and make the triple stomp attack, which would have been great if things went according to plan, but the jump attack that I was trying to use had some major issues. I could probably show them off if it's going to allow me to do that. That would be in. I could just show it in the backup retargets because this was a lot of stress for me. I was trying to add a root bone to the model. It did not work very well. This is working fine, I guess, but all of the all of the animations after trying to add the root bone just made the model whenever it did any other animation other than its base locomotion, move up in the air and have a weird offset with the, I think it's the Z axis. But we're going to ignore all that because we ended up fixing everything. We have a full reworked animation system, and if not, I've got some better animations that I've added in. There's a different animation for the death. I have a full flat animation, which I believe I'm going to be using for the stun with when it gets hit by any sort of explosive. I am going to be using the agony animation for if it gets flashbanged. There's going to be quite a few different things. It's got the same punch. It's got the same swipe. It's got a couple of weird looking ones. Goalie throw montage, things like that. So I will show off exactly what I've added. Now let's first have a look at the state tree because there has been additions in here, and you'll be able to see straight away we have a rock throw attack and a triple stomp attack. This is also paired up with the fact that we have a full state tree transition and a normal transition to next phase. All of these parts all work together to transition to the next boss phase. Now, what I'm doing with this is I'm making it so that between boss phases, it will respawn. So it will be deleted, respawned with all of the same stats that it had previously, apart from the health being lower. And this also helps massively with trying to make different attacks for different phases, because if we have the different phases, well, we can do different attacks for those phases based on whether or not you're in them phases. So we have this where it checks if you're in phase 2, where it can do this pick up slash throw rock attack, which is only accessible if if the boss gets hurt. If the boss gets hurt, it will be able to check if it can do this. It will check whether it is currently throwing a rock or has thrown a rock within recent time, and will also check the distance from you. And if that is above 1,000, I believe it's centimeters in Unreal Engine, then it won't be able to throw the rock. We'll have the throw the rock, and then we'll sort out these. We'll stop its movement. We'll do a delay, and then we'll reset this so it can do this every 10 seconds. This is just to make sure that it doesn't continuously just repeat this every time it gets shot. Because it gets shot a lot, and it will continuously just repeat, throwing rocks. Another thing that has been added is this one. Now, it is called Triple Stomp Attack. It is not a Triple Stomp Attack, but if I change the name, I am worried that it might end up ruining the entire thing, because it will have to re-reference everything, and then it will start complaining at me for that, because Unreal Engine is buggy. So, triple stomp is now a double stomp plus a little jump scare. So it'll do the normal stomps, which are, where are those? That's transitioning. Yeah, so it'll do the normal shockwave attack as it would do it here. As you can see, we have the exact same system here for the main stomp. But then at the end, well, it does the second one, and then at the end it does this section, which I will show off to you rather than explain it, because it will be a lot funnier that way. So yeah, there has been an absolute ton that has been added to the boss fight since the last video, as the reason why it's been, like, I think it's been 3 days now. Oh, video reflux. Ugh. But I think it's been 3 days now since I've uploaded a devlog. So this is all added in now. So I'll grab the gun. Obviously, boss still works the exact same as it did before. It sometimes has a little issue with the new nav mesh, but as you can see, it's doing its stomp attack. Great. It can do that, and it'll just keep on following me. It'll still do its melee attacks, but if I shoot it enough times, it'll do its transition. Now, I have made it so that it goes invincible during transition phases, because it does break if that doesn't happen. But if I quickly go over and I get it chasing me again, you will see now that now it's in its second phase. 1 stomp, 2 stomps, and it crawls it, yeah. Oh my god, okay. So, that's not supposed to happen. Not at all. But that is an example of how the collisions will work, I guess. But I will be changing that. I'll make it so that whilst he's doing that, his collisions are off, and he will only be able to overlap. Which should help. But if I quickly go back over there and I do all this again, shoot him up, get him transitioned. We move over real quick. I still need to sort out the jumps and stuff for this, but we move over real quick, and if I can manage to get far enough away from him and shoot him, okay, it's going to be difficult. Let me let him hit me real quick. Alright, reload. Keep him running away. 1,000 meters might be a little bit too far. Either that or his stomp attack plays a little too quickly. Oh, fuck. Okay, I think I'm gonna just quickly change up a few things in here just to help out with how quick he does things. I think, I do think I need to increase the timer for this to more than 5 seconds, because I think 5 seconds is a little bit quick for him to continuously do that. So we'll do this, we'll go and make him transition again. Boom. We'll hop up, run over. And we're here. And now, if I manage to run away from him for long enough, so I'll just keep on running forwards just to make sure that I'm at least a bit faster than him. I think I'm faster running forwards than he is. Oh god, he was doing his attack. Okay, thank goodness he didn't do it properly, like how he did it last time. I should probably make some changes to that, but there we go. Look, he's doing it. He grabs a rock and he flings it at me, and it does quite a bit of damage. I'm making it do quite a bit of damage for a specific reason. It's a massive rock being hurled at you. I mean, of course it would do a lot of damage. It's also going to stun the player for a bit. And I forgot to make sure that he has his transition boolean reset. Whoops. So yeah, he can't take damage at the moment, which is a mild bit annoying, but if I was able to deal damage to him, he'd eventually go down to, god, what was it? He would eventually go down to, I think it's 60% HP, which would make him go into his third phase. Then he would go down to, I think, 40%, and then he would go into his fourth phase. So that is overall the changes that have been made to him. He is a lot more, well, he's a lot more him. he is able to do a ton extra, which I'm really happy with. It took me absolutely ages to figure out how to properly get this all working, and one thing that I am planning on doing, I've already got a second game planned. I'm not going to be making it until I finish working on this game, or maybe if I end up just having a spark of inspiration and going over to Unity. But yeah, that's one major thing is next game that I make is going to be on Unity. It's going to be heavily inspired by ReZero. I've ended up watching that quite a bit recently, and oh my god, it's amazing. Makes my skin crawl. But yeah, it's going to be heavily based on ReZero, but it's going to be like real life. So it's going to be haunting, but it's going to have a PS1 style graphics because I'm going to be making everything myself. I've been having really big issues with Mixamo models, and I have a big issue with downloading random stuff off of GitHub and the internet. I know I shouldn't, I really know I shouldn't, but at the same time, it's just a me thing. I really just would rather do certain things certain ways. So next time I do a project, I will be making all of my own models, all of my own animations, and it will be a PS1 style just so that I can get used to it all. And then on top of that, I will be using Unity. Unity would have made this project go by twice as fast, and would have also been quite a bit more enjoyable because I like coding. And I really haven't had the experience of coding throughout this. I mean, there's a lot to see. There is definitely a lot to see, and it helps me understand a lot of the logic behind how a game would run. But I would have rather have coded all of this personally rather than have gone through all of the blueprints, because blueprints can get a bit complicated. I mean, you could already see like this is weird looking. Whereas code is very structured, it's a lot easier to read. So that's plans for the future. In terms of plans for the future for this game, I'm going to continue working on creating the boss fight. I want to get it to a stage where I have all of the components that I want and need. There's going to be a few changes to how the boss fight is going to be based on the fact that my Mixamo animations aren't the greatest. So I'm going to be having to plan out something different. But that shouldn't be too difficult. I just got to rack my brain a little bit. God, I love orange juice. But yeah, the other thing that I was going to add, so yeah, it's literally just adding on the rest of the phases. Once I get the boss fight done and out of the way, well, later on during the game, I will definitely be reworking the entire boss fight so that it is balanced and fun to play. At the moment, it is definitely not balanced and not fun to play at all, because if you you can literally just stand in front of him, shoot him, and then he's like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go respawn over there, and you're just sat there sort of thinking, well, that happened. There's no bodies for him to eat. There's nothing to do with him. He literally just walks up to you and punches you. So once I end up getting to a phase where all of the boss phases are completed, I can start working on other bits of the game. I really want to try and finish off my enemy AI. So I'm really hoping that the hearing sense tutorial that I was following comes out. If not, then I will just have to try and work out how to do the rest of the stuff whilst that is going. So that's all from me. Really hope you keep on sticking with me for the journey. I've been upgrading on thumbnails because I realized that my thumbnails were atrocious because it was just straight up screenshots from my videos, and it was just YouTube going, that looks interesting, fling that on. No. I need to actually put a bit more effort in. I mean, there's no editing done, but that's because I need to learn how to use DaVinci Resolve, and at the same time, I wouldn't know how to structure a video very intuitively for this kind of thing. the next video that sorry, the next game that I make, I will definitely be putting a lot more effort into the devlog system rather than the way that I've been doing it with this. But this project is going sort of well. It's getting there. It is getting there. So that's all from me. I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you all so much for watching. Stick with me through, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you all in the next devlog. In a bit, people.